Today's video is all about a fall makeover. Hey, it's Becca. Welcome to my channel. Last time we were in here, this is what it looked like. Here's what it's looking like today. I'm sorry, it is kind of dark in here. It's pretty gloomy in Virginia, raining outside. So the lighting isn't the best, but we're just gonna go with it. It makes it look cozier, hopefully. So most notably, maybe, is the wall color. Below the chair rail in that last little clip I shared, it was Sherwin-Williams Retreat. Absolutely love that color. Just was ready for a little change. So I ended up painting that white, and then above the chair rail is now canvas tan. So it ties in with the family room, which is behind me through the kitchen. It really resembles the Manchester tan that we had in here when we first moved in. We painted it that color, my absolute favorite. Canvas is it's just slightly different. More maybe a green undertone versus a gold, but I absolutely love it. Another little change is instead of placing the platters back that I had here, I put the little wall sconces here. Had them on another wall, I think it was this wall years ago, but just added these battery operated candles. I love how they flicker. They have the little dripping wax. You can make them flicker or not flicker. They're on a remote. You can even set a timer. I'll link these below. I had ordered another box to have for the tablescape. Unfortunately, they haven't arrived yet, so they'll be here for the fall tour. Now I know I have an empty table here. I thought it would be fun in today's video to style a centerpiece and place settings. But first, I thought I would chat with you about the fall decor that I've already added, starting with the fall tree. In years past, I've used a much smaller tree. It's our topiary tree, a lot more narrow. Never used this one before. It's kind of fun to switch it up. Really like the micro lights on here. Makes it glow so pretty at night. And it's normally in the kitchen with a few more whimsical ornaments, and a lot of times I'll add our family pictures, tuck those in all around the tree. But this year I just thought it would be fun to do something a little bit different, kind of fancy it up a bit and place it right here in the corner. And when it comes to decorating, I always start with my top, usually because it involves adding stems or branches down into the tree, and I just don't want to risk knocking any ornaments off. And this year, I went with this newly purchased faux wheat, these bunches. I had 4 of those, so I just tried to place one in the back, front, and then on the sides. And then in between, I added these feathers. And then a little bit of color in the middle with the rust and the mustard. I also added these burlap picks that have a little bit of glitter on the outer edges. They are about 15 years old. I know I need to retire them. I just can't seem to get rid of them. And then once I'm done with my topper, that's when I'll go in and add ornaments deep inside the tree, right around the middle of it, or the trunk if it were a real tree, all the way down at a diagonal pattern, just to give it a little bit of depth, and I like how the lights reflect. Then it's time to add the ribbon. I like to use 3 different kinds when I can to include a pattern, a checker stripe, and a solid. Pretty sure this one is from Hobby Lobby, but I love the gold little bling in there. And how all the colors from the leaf ribbon, which I tried to tuck more inside the tree for a bit of dimension, tie in with the colors in these 2 ribbons. Once I got my ribbons in place, it was time to add all the ornaments. I had these on here last year. They're from Hobby Lobby, really pretty felt. They also have them in the camel or taupe color, but this year they came out with the rusty orange, so of course I had to add these as well. And I have a few of these cute owls. They're from a little Christmas shop in South Carolina. Glittery mini acorn ornaments. Larger glass ones, which unfortunately I broke one, so I only have 3 left, and some of the crystals have fallen off, but I still love them. And then more glitter in these pine cones. I have them in a copper color and then a darker brown one. Once I'm done with the ornaments, then it's time to add the picks. I love the pumpkin. I have them in the cream and then the orange. These are a new find this year, Hobby Lobby. Love that cranberry and how it picks up on the cranberry in the ribbon. Have the more neutral leaves as well. Little pine cone and acorn picks. The plain ones, and then I have ones with a little bit of bling. And then I brought back these leaves from Walmart. Found them a few years ago. Made out of burlap. They have a tiny piece of wire on the back, making them very bendable. So they are really easy to work with. And then down below is just a comfy throw for a little bit of texture and coziness. Sometimes the cats will snuggle up under there, although they're usually busy knocking all of the ornaments off. From the fall tree, we'll go over here to the sideboard, where the first thing I did was add this piece of fabric. Well, it's actually part of a tablecloth. It's the Hearth and Hand line. Found it at Target a few years ago. I then added the pedestal on top and layered the window pane piece behind it. I think that's from Kirkland's, also a few years ago. Then right in the middle, simple pitcher that I then added a bunch of faux fall stems, trying to mimic the colors that are in the fall tree, including the wheat and the cream, the rust, and the mustard. And then I just added plain old pumpkins on top of pedestals, although I might go back and add leaves underneath the pumpkin just for a little bit of color. Then I have a matching pair of wheat candlesticks. I have wanted these for so long. I've just never found a pair that I liked or at a good price point. So I was happy to have spotted these not too long ago. Call me crazy, but I feel like their shape or movement mimics that of the floral arrangement. From there, we'll go over here to the shelves where 2 seconds ago I added the pumpkins in front of the pictures, but I still need to add some kind of fall stems or garland, but I'll do that before the fall tour. Then I have these cute plates from Hobby Lobby right in the middle. Had these in here last year, not on the shelves, but on the table, I think. Actually, maybe I didn't. I love their little scenes. On the buffet, once again, started with that same piece of fabric that I've got on the sideboard, then placed a decorative tray on top. Love that little beaded edging. Same plates that are on the shelves, little bowls. The soup tureen that I either found this at Goodwill a few months ago, or it's from Home Goods. I can't quite remember. And then the little ladle. Found this tall glass vase at Target, Hearth and Hand line, years ago. Filled it with little white pumpkins and twinkle lights to kind of carry the light from the tree over to this side of the room as well. And then tall faux fall branches with the rust, and then the little leaf ones actually match those that are in the tree. All right, let's go ahead and set this table, starting with the centerpiece. I'm about to cover it all up. This really pretty leaf runner that I'm just layering right on top of this other one. Found this cake stand at Home Goods years ago. It's gonna go right in the middle. In my last video, I mentioned how much I love this and have it all over our home for fall, whether in pick form or garland. This is a garland that I actually cut in half last year. I think I had it on the mantle. So I'm just gonna wrap it around the base of the pumpkin. Now, even though I have more picks to add, I'm gonna go ahead and place my candles. I have them in 2 different sizes. This way they won't mess up the picks once I place them. These are another Hobby Lobby purchase a few years ago, but they do still carry them. I'm gonna place one on each side of the pumpkin in between the candles. I have a few of these picks, another Hobby Lobby purchase, but I'm gonna try to balance it with the green that's going on. So this might take a little bit of tweaking. took one of those cranberry stems that I have in the tree and broke it apart so that I can add just a little bit throughout the centerpiece. And then for a little whimsy, I have a few of these adorable houses, Hobby Lobby, and look, they even light up. And then I have a few of these smaller pumpkins and gourds that I'm just gonna tuck in where I see little empty spots. I have a few leftover burlap leaves that I'll add as well, just to tie in with the tree and again, cover any blank spots. With my centerpiece done for now, let's work on the place settings. Here's what I'm working with. Unfortunately, I only have 4 of these chargers. So what I'm gonna do is place those in the middle place settings, and then I have these for the head and the foot. Now it's time for napkins. Once again, I only have 4 of these. So those will go in the middle, and then these will go at the head and the foot. Then simple white plates. While I have enough of these plates to go all the way around the table, here's my dilemma. Because I don't have the burnt orange chargers at the head and the foot, I feel like they're lacking a little bit of color. So instead, I will be using these plates at each end. Could leave it like this, probably should leave it like this, but I'm gonna go ahead and add bowls to the top of the decorative plates in 2 different sizes. These will go at the head and the foot, these will go in the middle, and it will just help balance with the height of the pumpkin in the centerpiece. Time for stemware. I love this two-tone. I've had it forever, but I am on the hunt for something new. Last thing to add are glasses, but I'm going to sound like a broken record. 2 different kinds, head and the foot, and in the middle. Of course, I can't forget chairs for the head and the foot. I'm going to go with these woven ones from IKEA. I just love the warmth and texture that they add this time of year. Thanks so much for joining me today. As always, I really appreciate your company and hope you enjoyed today's video. I also hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.